Our next speaker tonight is Maggie on Dragon Talk. So welcome. A quick introduction.
Hello.
How you
Hello.
doing? Good to see you.
Good. I'm happy to be here.
I like your background. It's
Thank
gorgeous.
you.
Oh,
These are, I decided, breeds dragons for the holiday. So we're going to
perfect.
talk a bit about the holiday, and everybody who's here, who stayed on, you're meant to be here.
Indeed.
Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about the holiday, about breed. We're going to bring her dragons. And let's get started. We're going to talk about fairies in the fairy realm because that's an important part of it too. Let's start by calling some in.
Sounds good.
Let's ground and center. My body has been just dying to bring them in, anchoring us in, and whatever whatever little protection you do in your container, you know, we will be asking them for that as well. Okay. And we call on Great Mother Dragon and Great Alpha Dragon and all that is holy and true. And with the power of our divine sovereignty, and with the help of the earth, air, fire, and water dragons, we ground ourselves to the earth's center and receive all of the grace that is here for us now. Feel that connection. Use your tail, use your cords. Allow it to rise up. And we command the earth dragons to break all bonds, ties, soul ties, ancient rituals, any old contracts and past lives that no longer serve us down to our DNA, sending it back to Great Mother Dragon in every dimension and parallel realm. And we now disconnect and dissolve any manipulated ley lines below us, any false matrices. Good. And we call on Sophia's dragons, the alpha dragons, the omega dragons, the source dragons, and our own personal dragons who are here for us today. And we are free from all that does not serve us. And we now connect to the highest divinity of ley lines and earth crystals, and all that is here for us now is meant to be here today. Yay! I like bringing in different dragon prayers in my classes. Some are basic, some involve archangels, but I find that it's a really beautiful way to create the sacred space, to honor those grand dragons we were calling in. And then there's so many also that are smaller, maybe bigger in energy, but tinier. They're multidimensional. We called on, the elemental ones that are here for us, much like the Fae. However, as we do get into that higher dimensional learning and understanding, much like Yumiko said, we also rise in our own elevation. And so from there, we're, coming into ascended masters and different gods and goddesses and their dragons that they work with. And I too have been working in the energetic realm for 26 years. So we had that in common. And with Breed is how you say her name in Gaelic. It's been, turned into Brigid, Bridget, a lot of different things over the years. But the idea is that this is the first spring holiday if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, as I am. And it is starting to, she's all about like blacksmith and fire and cultivating that early energy that comes from creation. It comes from, having sat in the winter time, cultivating in the hermit phase and thinking about what you want to bring through. So then that fire then of her hearth is firing up the seeds, sprouting the flowers, but it also, we mirror that so much in our own beings. And so this might be that time where you're starting to really come into New Year's resolutions or putting forward your energy into what you really want to do in your lifetime. this year can highlight your whole life, the year of the horse, and it's very fast moving. And we have to be ready. And in order to be ready, we do have to be aligned on some levels. So, like, I'm doing inner child classes, different classes to help us remove the muck. Yeah, but then we're coming into some big dragon classes I'll talk to you about later at the end. But so back to Imbolc. So Imbolc is like in the belly of the lamb, it's talking about the beginning phases of even fertilization. And Bree herself is from the Tuatha De Danann. They are the Celtic She. They are the fairy tribes. So at one point, the fairies were part of us and in our reality, in our dimensions. And it's also true that we could see beyond dimensions, which is how we see them now. But they were part of us. They were another tribe of people that the Irish believe were very much around. And it was through different persecution and things that started going on in the world that the fairy realm then started to hide in the mountain hills, if you will. So whenever you see a fairy hill, that is said to be where they are and hiding and living. And of course, in all those wild spaces. And so the interesting thing about Breed is, we talk about her as being a healer, as being a patron of the arts, and you can call on her for these things. But she also has this sort of love story. And I love love stories and opening up the heart chakra. And um, it starts off not so great, where her lover, her sacred lover, um, decided to call her a witch and turn everybody against her. And so she ended up being persecuted and shunned because of the love and the trust she felt for this human man. Even though she was part of the fairy lineage, she fell in love with the human. And she decided, despite all that, she was going to let her heart still glow. And in her glowing heart, she continued and lived on even through Catholicism. And that's why Imbolc became candle moss. Anything with a moss on the end has been canonized or sainted. And yeah, fairies and dragons create that bridge, most definitely. And for me, I almost see the dragons as a weaving of the energy that, the fairies and all of us create. And so in her love story, she went on to spread healing, and she even fell in love with a nun and fell in love with a woman. And so you'll find stories around that. But her heart, it helps us to remember that love is unconditional despite adversities, that love makes the world go round. It's what our love for dragons, our love for the fae, for each other that keeps us going in this practice. It keeps us wanting to learn more so we could talk about it, so we can beam that energy to everyone else. And yeah, it heals the world and helps you ignite your own flame. And so I thought we could bring in her dragons now to our heart chakras. And we'll have a nice, short, sweet session today around that. I'm just burning a little Palo Santo. I find having a visual is very blessed of the Sacred Heart energy. Oh, I just went out. But much like Brigid's flame, as a blacksmith, we can mold, we can grow, we can repair. Sometimes when we have heartbreak, it's literally like cutting off parts of us, and it could feel like death, you know? But when we take those parts and we open up those wounds and pour the love, pour the fire into them, mm, it helps us to grow in our purpose and our pure heart center. And so grounding into there now, closing your eyes a moment if you feel called. grounding your feet to dragon's tail. Dragon hearts are connected to the womb. They have a heart womb portal so that you can create what your heart desires. And I'm feeling the energy of Brigid's dragons. And as they're coming in, you're surrounded by the dragons of earth, air, fire, and water. And it's as if her beautiful heart, her lit heart, it's the sacred heart of flames, much like Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, those lineages follow that energy. And she's now approaching your heart. Her dragons are getting stronger and stronger as they're surrounding us even greater and greater. And you'll start to get a visual of them now and feel their energy, and she's riding upon them. Activating my own inner dragon, so you may do so as well with yours. Good. And she's just now pouring into our hearts this beautiful molten gold. It's an elixir of loving light. And first, it's activating our heart in the green areas, those first outer layers of our heart chakra that love the planet, love ourselves, love the people around us. And it's going deeper into the heart now, into the pink unconditional layers. The layers where Kuan Yin also resides, and Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, and Sophia. What other mother goddesses you work with? Could be Isis. And now she's opening up your heart center even greater, as if it were a flower bud. And when you just take that flower and open it up to the depths, the pistils, the pistons, the different parts of the flower. And as you lift your rib cage and open your heart even greater to her, ask that any energy that you might need that'll bring you to your higher purpose ignite you now. So if there is a higher purpose that you are meant to follow, that's been sitting there in your heart, it needs to be ignited, needs to be open, allow it to come forth now. And Breed is here, and she's now tapping on your third eye, awakening it. So you might remember your higher calling. And that energy of the pineal, it gets oothed and soothed, and it's like pouring down into the heart, mixing and merging with the energies of before. And now your heart on the count of 3 is going to burst open into the unconditional white light of the divine heart. Ready? 1, allow it to occur. 2, you know it's there. And 3, feeling the white pearlescent seraphine dragons of Sophia now. And they love us unconditionally. And if there's ever a time in your life where you're feeling less than love from others, I want you to tune in to your own heart center, to your inner grace and love, the love of the dragons, the love of the beings that are honored within them. Good. And now I'm sensing that your heart is burning these beautiful rays and forging into the physical. And so now before you, imagine there's a box, a beautiful gift that's been given to you by Bree. It's like a blacksmith gift inside of the box. And I'm assisting you in bringing forward into your heart. Just pour that energy into your box now. Form it in. I got a little shungite dragon crystal assisting to help you bring it into the 3D. Good. And you know you can come back and ignite that heart energy into the physical at any time. And now just slowly opening your eyes, hands in front of you. Imagine, see, feel, and know that that box is in front of you, much like Pandora's box. And when you open it up and you bring it into your energy field, you'll have an awareness of what you're supposed to bring into this lifetime, into this year, into this moment. Good. And the count of 3, give it a little open in your mind's eye or in your third eye. See what's there for you now. It might even be your new dragon. Earth, air, fire, and water dragons are assisting. The fairy realm is also assisting in bringing this back into our present 3D/4D reality. And even if it's just an energy, merge it and integrate it into yourself now, pulling it into heart. Let it drop all the way down, down, down into sacral where it's watered, into your root where it's planted. And just feel that energy and vibration of all these beautiful dragons helping you bring your heart's desire into the physical now. Mm. And you might decide to stay there in this etheric moment. And, or if you want to come back, think of your feet, wiggle your toes, take that deep breath, tap your dragon legs, those strong legs. And thank you for being here. I knew I wanted to bring her in and her dragons. I wasn't sure how it was going to go. Um, but we always need to open our hearts, to awareness. And it starts with us. And we literally control the world around us and bring in all of the great things by tuning in, new ways of meditating. All right. In this experience. Thank you, Jorge. Thank you, everyone. And I do have a free Meet Your Dragon class on the 20th. And we talk about all things dragon, the different levels and layers. And then in the Ascension of the Scales class, we embody them for 5 weeks. And yeah, we practice this shamanic journey to do so, to really step into that energy. And if you have a business and you want to give it a little light and you're having trouble, navigating the algorithms, I also have a Dragon Business Booster class next weekend on the 7th. But I'm just happy to be here. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, if you have any questions, about me and all the things, I've been studying dragons probably since 2012. I've been an energy worker since 1999, and we're learning all these great ways to bring them through for everyone. But I empower you to empower yourself and to step fully into your dragon body and your dragon purpose. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Wheelsoflight.org. That's my main link where everything's at. And
Beautiful.
thank you. Thank you, Kevin, for hosting.
Well,
You're always such a gift. I love being here with you.
when your first dragon came in, have you got a story you can share with us? Because I always love hearing how somebody first met a dragon and sort of their reaction. And did you
Yeah.
feel a bit like crazy? And when did you find out that they were real?
I'm going to tell a story about And I think I did this last class where we talked about dragon twin flame and how what opened me up was the sight of Sophia, actually. And it was an AI video, and she was, diving off this cliff, and her dragon lover came and helped her and picked her up and, said, I will be here to help humanity on your behalf. And that just really opened me up in new ways with the dragons. That was, yeah, I just wanted to dive so deep. Having met them in meditations, I'm a Hawaiian kahuna. And so in those classes, rainbows were coming in a lot, lots of rainbow dragons. And I'd play with them, I'd play with the rainbow energy. They were also a bit aboriginal in nature, the rainbow spirits there. And then Kuan Yin and Karuna Reiki, when I learned that, and I learned she was a dragon rider, that really opened me up as well. But I find that they help us to fly in the higher dimensions. And so that has been my journey with them is, but also just going deep into the earth because as above, so below. And so a lot of my classes were doing that. We're doing that deep dive into the layers of the planet. And I have all these beliefs about the layers of our planet, the layers of our chakras, and how we're just building more and more, consciousness above consciousness. So yeah, it gets fun. It gets deep. So but yeah, Sophia, the opening up of love, the opening up to divinity on another level, on another scale. Whether that be Shiva, mighty Thor, whatever that is for you, to find that ways to open up here, because that's what we're meant to do. Yeah. Yeah. I hope that was fun. Fun for you all.
That was
Yay.
beautiful. So
uh,
your classes, what classes have you got coming up next, or are they all listed on your link?
right. So the business booster one, which will be fun, and that's on the 7th. And, we do, a dragon energetic booster, but I also do the practical application of being yourself online and how that's what people are really looking for in creating that bridge to your own magic and bringing it forward for everyone else. And then in the ascension of the scales, we're going to each week embody different dragons, starting with the elementals and the colors and ascended master ones. And yeah, bring it all in. Those source dragons are amazing. And I think I told you this last time. I feel like, Odin's dragons even are a type of source dragon, and they come in when worlds are shifting, when we're about to have that big something. And we're here for it, aren't we? We're just here for it.
We're ready.
Yeah, we are. And Kevin, you got different shamanic things going on as well, and your cards. I really want to get your cards, all your different decks. Maybe
Yeah,
share that with
there's a
us.
there's a few that have grown out of there. And the most recent one is the Healer Dragon. So Healer
Okay.
Dragons, another 100 have come in, which is was interesting. So that's what I've
Oh,
spent spent
wow.
my winter playing with them
Oh,
and learning about them.
wow.
So that's out there now.
That's
Yeah,
exciting. Yeah,
it's
because that heart is where healing is,
mm,
you know. Mm-hmm.
exactly.
And yeah, I love it. I love it. Now, do those dragons go into different chakras or dimensions or
Yeah, they there's well the first book was 101 dragons, and now there's
yeah?
another 100 come in that I've written about, and there's another 300 waiting, sitting there patiently saying, "Come on, Kevin, share us with the world." But yeah, they cover just about everything you can think of, which is quite
Mm,
beautiful. So when they come in, I
emotions
chat
and
with them.
mind, everything.
Yeah,
Good.
exactly.
Love it.
Everything you
Yay.
can ever think of. They're like they said. Imagine your hospital and all the practitioners that are human world. There's more of us than them. I was like, oh, blimey. So yeah,
Wow.
sometimes they
Yeah.
come in and they say we do this. I'm like, what's that? I have no idea, so I have to Google it or something.
Wow. I love it. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you for continuing to share your dragon light with the world as
Yeah,
well.
thank you.
Yay.
That was beautiful.
I'm gonna go play in nature. I got the whole day ahead of me, so
Cool. It's got to be done.
thank you
Thank you.
everyone who's still here. We love you guys.
Thank you very
Tap
much.
tap in, tune in.
Indeed. Let's send lots of love to Maggie.
Thanks a lot.
And let's pin that love
You
button.
all.
And thank you, Himiko. She's obviously got looking after her
I don't
daughter
know if
now.
she's still here.
And
Yeah,
I'll just
I really loved her lecture.
share all those links of mine, and I'll be sending the replay out in the next few days and with everyone's links, and so you can find everyone.
Dragon Summit. Awesome.
Yeah.
Great.
So make sure you all come
Thank
along to the
you.
Dragon Hunter Summit. We'll have I don't know how many speakers, but there's now 80. I just sent an email out to 80 of the speakers that have spoken over the last 3 years. This is our fourth year, so it'd be interesting to see how many we get come along.
Wow.
That's always very powerful. This time we're just not. Normally we do
That's
it where we go for 36 hours, and that's a bit too
uh,
much. So this time
okay, you gotta break it up. Yeah. That's a
we're gonna
lot to contain. That's a lot of
yeah.
energy for
It's a
you.
lot of
Yeah.
energy. It's very tiring. So we're pre-recording them all this time and just having a 2-hour party instead, and then sharing everyone's
Oh, I like that.
videos,
Yeah.
and
Little
then people can look
dragon
at
dance
them
party.
at their
There
own
you
speed. Yeah,
go.
cool.
Wonderful.
Well,
All
beautiful to
right,
see everyone.
I'll talk to you soon, Kevin.
Well,
Take
there you
care,
go.
everyone.
I'll see you all
Bye.
soon, everyone. Have a good evening, day, wherever you're doing. Bye, bye.